people bought a first red and their red right away was made by default 100%. That will be fixed because only every 10th panel will have to be set on 100%. So if you have 9 green panels, they can all be set on 50%. Only the number 10 will have to be set on 100%. And again, I will explain why in just a moment. Also, my BB profile will be launched shortly. So this is for executive members. All the executive members will have their own Banners Broker blog, which is approved by the company, and this is something very, very exciting, and you can actually edit your own blog, but it is still part of Banners Broker site. We also met the independent contractors. These guys do most of the work in countries all around the world because they have the offices and they represent the company in those countries and help the affiliates. So we met those guys. We had Neil from Spain, who now has an office in Spain for 4 months already. We had Christelle from France. She started with Banners in September 2012, and now since then she had 300% growth in business in France. We had Claudia from Portugal. Portugal office opened in January 2012, and by now they already got 18,000 affiliates in Portugal, and bannersbroker.com is actually 60th site in Portugal on the Alexa ranking. So amazing, you know, bigger than some of the biggest sites in Portugal. We had Bardu from Sweden and Iceland. He's opened office in December 2012, and they already seen a sales increase by 50% in those countries. We had Paul McCarthy from Ireland, opened office in January 2012, and now has 14 full-time staff working in Ireland, and many of you have already experienced that by contacting Ireland office whilst the UK office is being arranged. We had Mateusz from Poland. He also said that there's a really, really fast growth of business in Poland, and the next BB World Tour will be in Poland in April. So again, guys, I strongly recommend you go there because you know you have to be there. There's no way of explaining how it feels when you're there. And we have Fraser from Cyprus. Again, open office in August 2012, and now got over 4,000 affiliates in Cyprus, so amazing growth there as well all over the world. Again, we had Lorenzo Guarini, who done a short training. He's been with Banners Broker since the very, very beginning, since it was just an idea, and this was the business created not only for the rich, so for all the people, and it is the business that gives people freedom, you know, financial freedom, time freedom, whatever you call it, and it does take time. You know, everybody wants to be a millionaire, you know, overnight, but that is not possible, and it does take time. Even in Banners Broker, it takes a little bit of time to build up your business. And what most people do, they overestimate what they can do in 1 year, and they underestimate what they can do in 5 years. So a lot of people want the results really fast. You know, they see people who turn over $1 million in a year, and they go, I want to be there too. I want to be that, you know, whether, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, I want to be there. But sometimes it can take a little bit longer. So, you know, each and every one of us are unique, and we have individual circumstances. But, you know, this business is absolutely fantastic in the way it grows. And again, Lorenzo touched on people telling the wrong story. So people not understanding this business fully, and then obviously explaining it in a wrong way too. So it is so important for us to understand this business and then to explain it properly to our team members, and really supervise our team members in the way they explain the business, and monitor, you know, whether they understand it fully and whether they're not passing the wrong message to the people they bring into the business. You know, so we don't need to coax people into this business. It is good enough business. Just, you know, some people don't understand it, and some people don't explain it properly, and that's why some people, you know, will not join it, because they were not presented this business properly. It does take work, so you have to speak to people, you have to take action, you have to learn about this business. And some people go, oh, but it's easy for those who are in $1 million club. And you've all seen these guys who already collected, platinum rings from Banner's Broker because they've reached the Millionaires Club. And the fact is that they worked the hardest. They spoke to most people. They have built the largest teams, and they are helping the most people in their organization. And this is why they are in $1 million club. So as with anything, it does take work if you want fantastic results. And one of the things that Lorenzo always emphasizes, is the pay it forward. If you are able and if you're willing to do that, give a package for someone who really needs it, and then don't ask for them to give it back to you, but ask them to pay it forward. This way, you'll grow your organization, and also you'll help people who really, really needs it. Okay, the third day was Sunday 24th of February, and the first guy we had on the stage was Raj Dixit, the Stellar Point CEO and senior advisor for Banner's Broker CEO. So Raj told us about the beginning, how Chris Smith came up with the idea for Banner's Broker, and then in September 2010 asked Raj for help to join the business, and in October 2010 the company was launched. By January 2011, Raj started actively promoting the business to his friends, asking to put the money in and to get started with the business. And as Raj said, I was inviting these people, but I knew that they could not afford, to let these people lose the money. So that's the first question that Raj asked Chris when they first started this business. He said, is this, a company that will last? Can I go and safely present this business to my friends, knowingly that, this business will be here for years? And that's what Chris said, that it's here to last. And still today, 2.5 years later, we have this business booming. And Banner's Broker was created for long term, and as Raj put it, we created this company to be handed down to our children. So these guys are serious about what they're doing. They have a big vision, and they want this business to be here for years to come. First website was a joke, so it wasn't compliant, and Raj agrees with that. The way they worded the whole company when they first started, it wasn't done properly, but as with anything, you learn as you go along. So now, obviously, the compliance is the priority for the company. So the three main rules by which Raj and Chris and all the Canada staff working by is it good for Banner's Broker? Is it good for Banner's Broker affiliate? And is it good for the longevity of Banner's Broker? So these are three things upon which every decision is made in Banner's Broker. So whether it's good to the company, whether it's good to you, the affiliates out there, and whether it's good for the longevity of Banner's Broker, which means that this company can be around for many, many years to come. So compliance is the cornerstone of longevity, which means that the company has to go by the laws and regulations in every country that it operates. So these are the things that the Banner's Broker team have done in the last 2 years. So January 2011, they have created marketing guidelines with proper terminology. June 2011, launched a compliance department, a department designed to look after the company legally and to make sure that the company is compliant with all the laws wherever it does its business. In July 2011, started training sessions and webinars in order to teach people so that they understand the business. In January 2012, the company have stopped multiple accounts, which people were allowed to have in the past, which was not compliant again. In January 2012, created an independent contractor program, which means that some people have opened their own companies in different countries like Ireland, UK, and many other countries, this way representing the company in each of those countries, therefore providing support for people in each of those countries. April 2012, created a worldwide support center by awarding Stellar Point INC the contract. So Banner's Broker in Canada is not registered because it is Stellar Point that represents Banner's Broker in Canada at the moment. Now the company have ceased the IC program, so the existing independent contractors are still there, but there will not be any more because, as you might understand, it's a conflict of interest because each of the independent contractors, they are allowed to have their own Banners broker account as well as run the office and look after the whole company in that country. So obviously that is a conflict of interest, and that's why from now on, instead of independent contractors, we will have general managers working for Stellar Point in each of the countries. So these people will not have their own Banners broker account, and they will look for the best interests of the company and not themselves in each country. And we are really happy because we already have a general manager assigned to UK, which is Sabi, who a lot of you have heard on the weekly webinars. So she will be managing UK, and she will be looking after us in UK. July 2012, the KYC, Know Your Customer protocol, was initiated. So proof to government that Banners Broker knows you and knows who you are. So if government or any other institution came to Banners Broker and they said, how do you know that these people are not just laundering their money, etc., they can say, look, we have the IDs of these people, we know where these people live, we know who they are, so they will not say, oh, look, we trust these people, that they are all good people. He says, so the KYC is very important, and also it prevents people from having multiple accounts, since if you uploaded your documents, they can clearly state if the same individual has few accounts instead of having just one. October 2012 started brand ambassador program led by Lorenzo Guarini, and now it's a team of 3 that travels to countries to represent Banners Broker and does information sessions. So it is very important to have our business presented in a professional manner, in an official manner that doesn't conflict with Banners Broker rules and regulations, and therefore we will have these guys who travel all around the world and represent the company. January 2013, support now answers the tickets most of the time the same day. And many of you who started, a couple of months ago, maybe half a year ago, how long it used to take answering the tickets, sometimes a week, sometimes 2 weeks. Now the tickets gets answered the same day, and the aim is, as the company is progressing, as they're getting better at it, the tickets will be responded within 15 minutes in the future. And also, if they will see that your problem is bigger and they need to investigate it, they will get back to you with update within 48 hours. So it's really nice to have this increasingly fast support. We also, in February 2013, have launched version 2.9, and that is, again, a massive step ensuring the longevity of the company, and you'll understand why when I go through all the changes that will be taking place. Okay, so have we solved all of the problems, Raj asks? Absolutely not. Is this unique to us? Again, absolutely not. Microsoft, every time they release a new version of Windows, they pretty much say, look, don't buy it for the next half a year before we release a service pack, because it's going to be, so many problems with it. And then they release patches, sometimes multiple in the same month. So, and it's Microsoft, people who are probably the best at doing what they do, on computers. So will Banners Broker have some issues and problems and glitches? Absolutely, but why? Because sometimes programmers might spend weeks trying to work out why the problem happened, and some of you even have unique problems that nobody else have had before, so they have to investigate, and sometimes it takes time. And same way, games also always have firmware upgrades constantly to get rid of all the bugs within the system. Banners Broker started with 2 programmers in 2010, and now they're hiring new programmers on the ongoing basis and have an ever-growing team of programmers that look after our website and the whole of our system. Change, and I've mentioned the change already a couple of times today, and there will be a lot of changes as Banners Broker are progressing, and most of us don't like it. And it's fair enough, but there is nothing we can do about it. Terms and conditions clearly state that terms and conditions is a living document, which means that it will change as needed. And when every one of you, if you are a member, you have already clicked accept terms and conditions, and you agree that there will be change and these terms and conditions will change over time. So some of you say, yeah, but I've joined the company with different rules and I don't like it now, etc. Well, there's not much we can do about it, because the rules can change as the company needs in order to ensure that we have the business carrying on. Version 2.9